Now before we start this video, I just want to let you all know that this is my last SpongeBob episode that I will be ranting on this year until the year of 2023. So, for my final rant on SpongeBob episode I'll be doing for this year at least, it's going to be on Home Sweet Rubble. So, I hope you enjoy, and let's get this started. Cue the intro, please. What's up, guys? My name's Jonathan's Media Shack here again, and today, this is my final rant on a SpongeBob episode for this year, like I've said. And it will be on Home Sweet Rubble. It came out from season 8. From season 8, I meant, sorry about that. It's from season 8. So basically what the plot is, one morning, SpongeBob's pineapple had started to wilt, and when SpongeBob wakes up, he's about to give Gary his breakfast. But when he sees his home's horrendous condition, he puts off feeding Gary until it is fixed. He boards up the sides and is ready to feed him. However, this only makes the condition of his house even worse. Sorry about that. And it continues to rot, and SpongeBob realizes that he needs help. So he calls for Patrick. And Patrick is dreaming that he's in an office. Well, he does jack shit. Literally. Patrick just sits on his ass in his office and just do jack shit. Literally. That's all what Patrick's dream is about. Doing jack shit. Then the phone rings and his secretary tells him that there is a call from SpongeBob. And when the message is put through, Patrick then becomes alarmed and he hears SpongeBob calling for help. He wakes up and he goes to the pineapple, and Squidward comes over after hearing the ruckus, and SpongeBob tells him he could use his help, and Squidward's like, fuck off. Yeah, because he hates SpongeBob due to his annoyance in seasons 5 through 9. And let's not forget what happened in Boning Buddies and Coil Boys and other of those Squidward torture festival that he been through. Like, all the pain he's been through. Like, this is just sadistic. They weren't even funny at all. It just came out as very sadistic. Like, I felt so sympathetic and terrible for Squidward. Like, why did he have to go through this? Man. Then Patrick grabs his arms and wraps him around a pineapple. Like, okay. Like, if that's gonna do anything to help, due to Squidward's disfavor and displeasure. I meant much of Squidward's of disfavor and displeasure. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry if I made it confusing. SpongeBob's arms are full, so he asks Patrick to call Sandy. However, with Patrick being his stupid ass self, he does not fully understand the problem, and he's like, everything's going fine, Sandy. SpongeBob's house is so fucking boring. Duh. God damn it, I hate Patrick Star in seasons 5 through 9. He's such an asshole. Like, he doesn't give a shit, and he has no consideration whatsoever. Because he's an inconsiderate prick. That's what. He had become an inconsiderate prick. That's why I think he's so unlikable in seasons 5 to 9. At least in my opinion, I think he is such a douchebag and an inconsiderate prick. And yes, and when he was parts of the wall falling, she realizes that something is going terribly wrong. So she goes to the pineapple, and Mr. Krabs also comes over, and he bitches at SpongeBob, saying, "What the hell is going on? Why aren't you at work making Krabby Patties?" Yeah. "You're 2 hours late for work," he said as well. But then they agreed to help him, but Mr. Krabs will only do it for 1 week of SpongeBob's wages per hour. So they remodel SpongeBob's home as Gary continues to walk around with the can. Mr. Krabs and Sandy add their own flair to the house while remodeling it. And guess what? They both ignore SpongeBob's protests. What a bunch of dicks they are. Especially Patrick Star. Like if SpongeBob wasn't bad enough, like he was a dick sometimes in seasons 5 to 9. But the way that they are ignoring SpongeBob's protests, wow, bunches of dickheads. SpongeBob asks Gary, who's holding the can, if he ever feels like he was being ignored, and Gary assents. Exactly, like, you remember in the episode, Have You Seen a Snail? SpongeBob completely neglects Gary because he was hungry. What a lousy pet owner SpongeBob was in that special. What a lousy pet owner SpongeBob was, because all he cared about was that Mermaid Man's saying that defeating the Dirty Bubble challenge, yeah, rather than defeat Gary. That makes him a lousy pet owner in that episode. Yeah, I remember that. I clearly remember that, folks. He was a lousy pet owner in that special, Have You Seen a Snail? And I thought that episode was lousy as well. Have You Seen a Snail? Even though some of the episodes of season 4 are okay, but some of them were really bad, like Good Neighbors and Funny Pants. Okay, let's continue on. Sorry about that, folks. And when the rebuilding is finally complete, SpongeBob is then unhappy about it, with the changes. Then he explores his new home and sees Gary was still very hungry, so he takes a can from a shelf, being held by Squidward's hand. But the weight of the can was the only thing keeping Squidward's hands in place, and the home then finally collapses. Climbing out of the rubble, Squidward was then angrily chastises SpongeBob. Ugh, sorry about that. It's kind of hard to say it. But it was cut short due to his severe pain in his neck. Of course, because it's a Squidward torture fest, which I feel so bad for Squidward every time he gets tortured. All he wants is peace and quiet, but always gets fucked up by SpongeBob and Patrick, those two dickheads in seasons 5 to 9. He can't enjoy anything that he pleases or wants to do. It always has to go, things go very, very wrong for him. That's really sad. SpongeBob then becomes forlorn, and calls to have his house condemned. Gary presents SpongeBob with the can that he's been trying to show him. And SpongeBob opens it, and out comes a pineapple which lands on the rubble and is fully furnished inside. And all this time, Gary was trying to show SpongeBob the can which contained a fully furnished pineapple. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck does that... What sense does that make, huh? Didn't make any sense to me at all in the first place. And I thought SpongeBob was acting like inconsiderate. But at the end, what the fuck was that? What a shitty ending it was. Yeah. That's just me being controversial. I'm sorry about that, guys, but let's continue on. I truly apologize. And all this time, Gary was trying to show SpongeBob the can, which contained a fully furnished pineapple. SpongeBob reads off the front of the can, which says, "Furnished pineapple in a can." SpongeBob hugs Gary, saying, "Aw, Gary, you're the best," and he laughs. And that's how it ends. I'll talk about how bad it was in the next part.